Why include Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander perspectives in primary education? Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders have a rich history dating back more than 50,000 years on Australian soil. Knowing this, how can educators bypass a topic so important to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community? Here at Blue Sky Primary School, we believe that it is important to give your child the best education possible. That's why we follow guidelines such as ACRA cross-curriculum priorities and the professional standards. The Australian curriculum aims to improve the outcome of all Australian students by acknowledging the gap of learning outcomes between non-Indigenous and Indigenous Australians. ACARA cross-curriculum priorities deepen students' knowledge and understanding of Australia and the first Australians. The professional standards in teaching are guidelines that all educators must follow in order to successfully educate students. Australian teachers are required to have the ability and knowledge to teach Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students. Standards 1.4 and 2.4 are directly aimed to close the gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous students' learning outcomes. Standard 1.4 is Strategies for Teaching Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Students. An example of how this may be used in a classroom setting is that our teachers don't use sayings such as, "We're all the same no matter what race we are." This doesn't individualise each student and their background. 2.4 is Understand and Respect Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people to promote reconciliation between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians. An example of this could be addressing the past between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians and ask students what they can do to try and make amends. Or something as simple as acknowledging the custodians of the land at a whole school assembly is a simple yet powerful stance respecting the Indigenous community. A tool that is commonly used to assist our teaching staff in teaching about Indigenous culture is a website called Respect, Relationships, Reconciliation, otherwise referred to as 3Rs. 3Rs studies resources are designed to support teachers, educators, incorporate Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander content in initial teachers' education courses. As teachers, we are able to review, revise and refresh our methods of incorporating Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander perspectives within our classes. The website aims to allow teachers to realise what role they play on future Australians and their ability to help Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians come together. The 3Rs recognise the past can't be changed, but with adequate education for all Australian students in regards to Indigenous culture, can help shape the future for all Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians.